Hello everyone out there. Today on the Tiny Farm we're going to be making another Southern classic chicken fried steak with gravy, mashed potatoes, and Brussels sprouts. I'm going to start with a little bit of prep work, so let's roll up our sleeves and get to it. Cut off the bottom, peel off the outer leaves, just anything that's loose. Down the middle. I'm going to do all of these, and we'll move on to the next step. And that about wraps it up for the Brussels sprouts as far as prep work is concerned. I'm going to move on to prepping potatoes. Mashed potatoes. We're going to loosely peel these. We're not going to remove all the skin because we want them to have a little bit of a dirty look. It's just Brooke and I eating tonight, so I'm doing 2 good-sized potatoes, 1 small potato. I'm going to slice them up and get them on to boil. Next thing we're going to do is chop the potatoes so they'll boil quicker. Potatoes are on the boil now, and a couple things about that. Number one, you don't need a whole lot of water in it. You just need enough to cover the potatoes, bring them to a boil. You just want to heat them up. The less water you use, the less time it takes to heat up. Another thing about that is, the more seasoning you can do while you're cooking, the less seasoning you have to worry about when you get done cooking. So, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of salt to that water, some parsley flakes. I'm pretty generous with those because I like the flavor, and some fresh ground pepper. This is a pepper medley. It's, I think, 3 different kinds of peppercorns. And it just adds a little bit more flavor to the mix. Now we're going to move on. So what we're going to be doing is dredging and coating our cube steaks. So we take 1 egg and beat the crap out of it. And that's where we'll be dipping our cube steaks. First thing we do is season cube steaks, some salt, more salt in the flour mixture, a little bit of paprika, because we like that. Some garlic powder, parsley. I know I lost the little shaker top to the parsley. I don't know where that went. And our peppercorn medley. Make sure that's in there really good. Pat it down and flip them over and do the same thing again. They're about ready to go. They go over here on this side. Using the dry hand, wet hand method, and what that means is you have one hand that you use to get wet and get all gooey. One hand stays clean and dry in case you have to grab something or stir your potatoes or anything like that while you're working. So here we go. Super easy, super quick. You take your cube steak, you dip it in your dredge, bring it over to your flour, coat it, and you set it over here. Other one, same thing. Dredge, and the dredge to the flour, and set it over here. One hand dirty, one hand clean. What you want to do is take this and set it in the fridge so you're ready to cook it. Otherwise, just normal room temperature will cause this to heat up a little bit, and it'll get all mushy, and your coating, your batter, your breading, whatever you want to call it, is going to slide off, and then when you throw it into the hot oil, it's just going to come apart, and you're going to end up with nothing on the meat. Everything's going to be stuck to the bottom of the pan. So we put these in the fridge. Now our potatoes are boiling away. They've been boiling away for a while now, and you can check their softness just by poking at them with your spoon. If they come apart, they're pretty much ready to go. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to take these off and drain them. I'm going to bring them back in the same pot, set them over here, and show you basically all we need to add to them is about a half a stick of butter. You want to slice that up because that way it'll melt quicker. This is unsalted butter because you'll remember we added salt to the potatoes while we were cooking them. We're going to add butter, and we're going to add a little bit of milk as we need it to reach the consistency that we want. Okay, potatoes are drained, and now you're going to see all you need to mash them is a regular fork. You don't need a fancy masher. So you just kind of mash them up, start adding your butter. That right there is actually about the consistency I want for this particular meal, because it's supposed to be a bit of a rustic thing. That's why we left some of the skins on. That's ready to go. I'm not even going to add the milk. So what we're going to do is put some oil in this pan, and you want to have a good amount of oil in there. Normally I would cook this meal in a cast iron skillet, but because we're still cooking on this little thing, I'm using a stainless steel fry pan. And what I'm doing right now is I've got oil in the pan, I'm bringing it up to heat, and then I will bring the cube steaks out and put them in one at a time and get them ready to go. Alright, this is to catch the grease when we bring them out of the pan. I hear it starting to pop, it's getting ready to go, so I'm going to get the meat. Okay, now these are not huge, so I'm not worried about trying to cook a whole bunch at one time. It's just Brooke and I eating tonight. So what I'm going to do is take one at a time, drop them into the oil. Always drop away from yourself. And you hear the sizzle, that means it was ready to go. I have here my tongs. Okay, it's been about 2 minutes. I'm going to take this baby, flip it over. Better go another 2 minutes on the other side. So that's been about 2 minutes on each side. I'm going to go ahead and take that out of the pan, set it there, and get the next one going. Tonight we're using the same gravy that Brooke made on the Southern Fried Chicken Lovers video, which you can see over here. If you want to click that link, what we're doing is reheating what was left over from that meal, because we did have quite a bit left over, and this is something else that goes great with sawmill gravy. So that's about it for these. They are done and ready to go. We've got the gravy on, starting it moving up. We may have to add a little bit of milk to this because it's been in the fridge, but maybe not. Last thing we got to do is our Brussels sprouts. So, time to use that other half a stick of butter. I'm going to put that in the pan. Then we got some stuff that has to go in with our sprouts. So, set this on a lower heat. We're going to get some garlic because gotta have garlic. I'm going to do about a half a clove. Skins off, and what you want to do, smash your garlic, it's all nice and smashed. That aromatic beauty and splendor, just give it a rough chop. Take all that and drop it in with the butter. Turn the heat back up. To that you want to add some peppercorn medley, fresh ground sea salt. Once your temperature is up, go ahead and add your Brussels sprouts and let them start to sizzle. Brooke is a big fan of the Pioneer 1 cooking show, so we have a lot of Pioneer 1 stuff. I have not yet figured out where the Barbarian cooking show is, so for now I don't have any Barbarian stuff. Brooke likes to eat with a salad fork, I eat with a real fork. Look. Give it a taste. Yummy. Just a little bit. So that's it. The only thing left to do is eat. So, Brooke, it's time to eat. So there you have it. Chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, sawmill gravy, and Brussels sprouts. So from our family
to your family,
we hope you have a good week, and we'll see you next time.
bye.
Bye. We're going to eat.